Hi! Let's do another chapter of Prince Puggly of Spud and the Kingdom of Spiff. So remember yesterday we read the chapter 11, The Strangest, Most Curious Coat. Remember King Dandy came to Spud and he had his coat made of moss and it has slugs and everything. Remember Puggly at first didn't want to let him in because of how he was dressed. Duh. And then he realized the irony, and Franny pointed it out to him, and then he let him in, and then they're all happy. And then Franny asked, "Why are you wearing those clothes?" So chapter 12, Spreadin' the Love. "Well," said King Dandy, "what else could I do? It's because of that harpy, Miss Ruby LaRue. She considers this hip," he said with a hiss. "Every spiff in the kingdom wears something like this." Prince Puggly had joined them. He was listening too. "You wear it?" he asked. "Is that really true?" "It's true," said the king. "Believe it or not, they made everyone dress in that fungus and rot. They said, 'Ooh, it's so snazzy. Oh, it's so cool.' Well, it wasn't, I tell you. That clothing was cruel. But if Miss Ruby likes it, they think it's all chic. Only none of it lasts for more than a week. Our clothing is rotting right off of our backs, and I think I have worms living under my slacks." Franny looked at Puggly and he looked at her. It was clear to them both, they each could infer, this ridiculous trend was because of their prank. Every spiff in that kingdom had Puggly to thank. "Wait," said Francesca, "I don't understand. Why is this clothing in sudden demand? Prince Savvy of Smug was meant as a laugh, a joke we came up with on Puggly's behalf. That's why he dressed in so awful a style. We made sure it was something especially vile. But how can a passion for fashion persist when the person who started it doesn't exist?" "Because," said the king with a look of malaise to Miss Ruby, "it's not just a fad or a phase, this organic nonsense. She wants it to stay. What she wants is a trend that won't go away. For it's not about fashion at all anymore. It's all about how much will sell in a store. And when clothes made of fungus are all that you've got, then one day you're dressed and the next day you're not. Your clothes rot away till you're utterly bare. You look down for your breeches, but they're simply not there. You're completely unveiled without even a stitch. It's no wonder it's making Miss Ruby so rich. Because suddenly there you are walking about with only one sleeve and your bum hanging out. So of course you run back to Miss Ruby and then you buy the same outfit all over again. This fashion caught on like an awful disease, like a virulent flu from one massive sneeze. Every kingdom but this one is caught in its grip, from the kingdom of Spiff to the kingdom of Hip. So that's why I came. I decided to quit. I told them, I'm finished. I'm leaving. That's it. Clothes such as these I could never endorse. Abdication, therefore, was my only recourse." "You quit?" asked Francesca. "You're no longer king? You're tossing your crown in the ring?" "Indeed," said the hitherto king of the Spiffs, "I'll never return to those miserable cliffs. And you know," he continued, "I think I should add, this kingdom of Spud, it's not really so bad." "But wait," said the king, "there's one other thing." He opened his satchel, untying the string. "I imagine it's something you probably missed. It's yours, after all. It's called Oliver Twist." The moment she saw it, Francesca said, "Wow! Oh, Daddy, you're amazing. I can finish it now." She accepted the book, held it close to her chest. "Thank you," she gushed. "You're the absolute best." Her father smiled meekly. "I'm sorry," he said. He absently fondled the bald of his head. It's not just the book, it's not just the clothes. The reason I came is neither of those. Not books and not fashion. That's not why I'm here. I'm here for you, my daughter, my dear. I no longer care about little chapeaux. If we can't be together, who cares about clothes? The princess felt happiness tickle her heart. We'll live here, she exclaimed, so we won't be apart. Then, like her father before her, she paused. I'm sorry, she added, for the trouble I caused. I might be a little too stubborn, too stiff, or maybe that's just part of being a spiff. She regarded her father with a curious smile. I was thinking, she said, perhaps for a while. Maybe just once I could test it, you know. I could dress up just once in a dress with a bow. At this, the king laughed. Don't be silly, my dear. Dresses, he whispered, so very last year. Then he picked up his daughter and gave her a hug. It was joyous, euphoric, and lovingly snug. Oh boy, Puggly sniffled, a reunion right here. I'm a bit overwhelmed, and I'm being sincere. He was. The proof was right there on his cheeks, tears of joy dripping down into blueberry streaks. He couldn't just stand there. What else could he do? That hug was so lovely, he wanted one too. So he slipped in between with relative ease for a cozy but clumsy triangular squeeze. Groovy right on, said a voice from above. Nothing beats hugging when you're spreading the love. Puggly looked up from his three-sided hug. There was the shaman's magnanimous mug. In a window above them, the man could be seen, peering down from the turret, looking calm and serene. He appeared to be holding a watering can. Don't mind me, said the shaman. You keep hugging, my man. Reaching over his turban, all fluffy and red, he watered the daisy that grew on his head. So much love, he went on. You're blowing my mind. That hug is the ultimate. It's one of a kind. This calls for a banquet. We'll celebrate since it's a double reunion for a king and a prince. And you know what that means? It's as good as it gets. It means double the party for the dudes and dudettes. Puggly gazed upward, so beaming with hope, so full of excitement he hardly could cope. In his mind he could see it, a gala affair. This time would be different. All his friends would be there. A party, he wondered, with streamers galore, with kazoos and confetti, and all that and more, with tinsel and music, and even balloons, and dancing to the latest, most popular tunes. You got it, P-Man, was the shaman's reply. Balloons and confetti in double supply. Don't worry, P-Man, we'll do it up right. And here's something else. That party is tonight. For Puggly, of course, this was mind-blowing news. That's exactly what happened. His brain blew a fuse. His eyes started reeling and casting about. His mouth opened up, but only drool dribbled out. Then he fainted, out cold, his world turning black. He went limp as a noodle and fell flat on his back. Dawn, dawn, dawn. See you tomorrow.